This is Newsmax TV. I'm Ashley Martella. We're pleased to be joined on the phone by Minnesota U.S. Representative Michele Bachmann. First of all, congratulations on your re-election and welcome back to Newsmax, Representative.
Ashley, always a privilege. Thank you.
The big story about you is that you'd like to be in the House leadership, the Republican leadership, specifically House Republican Conference Chair. Now, you're being opposed by Texas Representative Jeb Hensarling. GOP Whip Eric Cantor is backing Hensarling. Will you still pursue that post?
Well, I am still pursuing that post. This is an important position which involves being a spokesman for the Republican Conference in the House of Representatives. I think I've done an effective job on the national level articulating the Republican response on numerous issues and also taking on President Obama and Speaker Pelosi on their policies, but then also offering the Republicans positive alternatives. So I'm pleased to put my name in to nomination, and I look forward to hearing what the response will be from the Republican Conference.
Speaking of Cantor, he says Democrats are not hearing the message of voters if they keep Nancy Pelosi in a leadership role. Is Cantor right about that?
He certainly is, and we also see from the remarks from the President of the United States, he said the problem was not his policies last Tuesday night at the polls. It's the fact that the people didn't understand what he was trying to do with those policies. So in other words, the president was blaming the people. I think the people were very intelligent when they went to the polls, and they clearly rejected the Obama policies. They understand big government when they see it. It's just unfortunate that the president has so misread the election results.
President Obama says one of the reasons he took a shellacking in the election was that he failed to communicate his message. Is that a factor at all, do you think, in the defeat?
I don't think so. This president has had more press conferences and more media opportunities than anyone that we can imagine. He's been on everything from The View to Jon Stewart's show to late night TV. He's communicated. It is the policies of the president that the American people are rejecting, and I think the president just doesn't want to hear what the American people are saying.
How big of a factor was the Tea Party in the 60-plus seat pickup by Republicans?
Oh, pivotal. They were central to this election because the Tea Party was the rejection of the Obama-Pelosi-Reid agenda. The Tea Party brought the energy, the verve, the vibrancy into this election. We saw Tea Party candidates running for office, and Tea Party enthusiasts were making the phone calls, donating the money, and lining up to elect these new representatives into the United States Congress and, frankly, into the House and Senate seats in the state legislature. They were pivotal, and we can't underestimate what their influence was in this historic election.
What role will the Tea Party play in the Republican House agenda?
Well, that remains to be seen. We'll see how the House leadership intends to include them in the agenda. There really are three things that the Tea Party stood for. No new tax increases for anyone. The government needs to act within the limits of the Constitution. And third, the Tea Party is very concerned that the government not spend more money than what it takes in. They're tired of the debt. So it will be up to the House leadership to demonstrate that they've heard what the Tea Party is trying to tell them.
Exit polls showed that for the first time since exit polling began, a majority of female voters cast ballots for Republicans. What do Republicans need to do to continue to make inroads among women voters?
Well, these are pocketbook issues, and women are very concerned about the economy. We need to focus clearly and squarely on the economy and on job creation, and of course that means job creation in the private sector. People are very smart. They paid attention over the last 2 years. We need to pay attention to the voters, and so to that end, we need to make sure that we focus on getting America's financial house back in order, and I trust we will.
Are you convinced that the presumed new House Speaker John Boehner will be able to effectively unite freshman Tea Partiers with the old vanguard of the Republican Party?
Well, that is the objective now going forward, and we need to make sure that we have unity. That's the number one issue going forward. We have to unify the House Republicans. I think we will do that. People were skeptical that the Tea Party would unify with the Republicans in this election. They did. They did not form a third party, and now it will be up to the Republicans to make sure that they deliver on what the Tea Party has demanded.
We know you're a big fiscal hawk. With record deficits and reckless spending by Congress over the past few years, what would you like to see done immediately to begin to stop the damage?
Well, 1 second after midnight on January 1st, 2011, we will see the largest tax increase in American history for every person who pays taxes. I'm a former federal tax litigation attorney, and we need to extend the current tax policy going forward to make sure that no one's taxes go up. I would invite all of your listeners to come to my Facebook site and become one of my Facebook friends. This is an issue that we talk about quite a bit on my Facebook site because these tax increases will be job killers. Just in my district alone, we would see $1.2 billion taken out of the pockets of the people I serve and love and represent and sent to Washington, D.C., and that will be copied in every district across the country, and it will just simply kill more jobs. That's why this is the first and most important issue that we need to address in Congress.
Okay, so the no tax increase matter is one issue. What about spending? What would you like to see done to rein in the spending?
Well, I would like to see us go back to the spending levels of 2006. At minimum, we need to go back to the spending levels of 2008 because under President Obama's first 2 years in office, he's actually increased government spending almost 25%. And the federal government was not a lean, mean machine before President Obama came in. So we can easily go back to that level of spending.
What other issues would you like to see the House tackle early on in the new session that begins in January?
Sure. Well, I think we need to repeal Obamacare in the House of Representatives and completely, 100%, and pass that bill over to the Senate. Number three, we need to pass legislation that would show the American people we're serious about securing our borders. And number four, we need to make sure that the EPA does not take its authority to impose upon the rest of us a new national energy tax called cap and trade. And we also need to make sure that it doesn't go through legislatively either. We have the power of the purse in the House of Representatives, so we need to defund all of these very bad programs that Speaker Pelosi and Barack Obama have tried to pass through.
Would you be willing to vote to repeal Obamacare more than once? For example, Rush Limbaugh says, perhaps facetiously, that the Republicans ought to pass a repeal of Obamacare every single week.
I think that would be great because we need to send a signal that the American people have sent to us that they want to see this bill repealed. Quite frankly, it is causing everyone's health insurance premiums to jack up all across this country. And in order to bring stability and certainty back into the marketplace, we need to send a signal in no uncertain terms that we are serious about 100% full-scale repeal of Obamacare.
And finally, Representative, if people want to learn more about you, what website should they go to?
Well, MicheleBachmann.com is my website, and please go also to my Facebook site and become my Facebook friend, and we have a lot of two-way communication that we do there as well.
Minnesota U.S. Representative Michele Bachmann, as always, thanks so much and good luck to you.
Ashley, thank you. Bye-bye.
And thank you for watching Newsmax TV.